Hey guys, it's Dr. Nitin Chhoda. It's a beautiful sunny day out of the backyard of my house.
Also, just to give you a quick recap of where the two sides stand by now, you probably know that already, but I'll give you a quick recap. The Democrats, through the HEROES Act, wanted to extend a $600 a week unemployment booster all the way through next year, and that was part of a very ambitious $3 trillion aid package that would also help state and local governments. I did do a detailed breakdown of the HEROES Act and the HEALS Act in another video, so you definitely want to check that out. The Republicans worry that a $600 a week federal booster would create a disincentive for individuals to go back to work, because they did say a lot of businesses are hiring but they can't find individuals to come back to work. So that's what the Republican perspective is, and they wanted to scale it back to $200 a week as part of a $1 trillion HEALS Act proposal. Again, you want to check out the comparison between the HEALS Act and the HEROES Act, because the HEALS Act is very pro-business and the HEROES Act seems to be slightly more focused on state and local, significantly I should say, more focused on state and local governments and on unemployment aid to individuals. Now, at a White House press conference recently, Mark Meadows, White House Chief of Staff, did say that the Democrats were playing politics as usual. I quote, he used the phrase politics as usual. And on the other side, Speaker Pelosi earlier had said they do not understand the gravity of the situation. She was referring to administration officials. Now, as the deadline got closer, in fact, at the time I'm recording this, that deadline has expired, Republicans proposed extending the $600 a week benefit extension for 1 week. While talks continued, Democrats rejected that idea. They just flat out, said no. And this is what Speaker Pelosi said earlier. When you have a 6-day, 1-week extension on a provision, it is usually, has always been, to accommodate a legislative topic if you're on the verge of having an agreement. Why don't we just get the job done? Why don't we just get the job done? That was from Speaker Pelosi. Like I said, I will be updating this video, this chronology, as important information appears, as important information is revealed from the administration. So I'll be updating this video as I go along. But I wanted to give you the status of the negotiations going into this very crucial meeting, very critical meeting that is happening right now at the time I record this video on Saturday morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. And we will be seeing some sort of an agreement, I hope, and I'll be sure to report it to you through this video. So again, this video, I'm creating this video more as a chronology because I've been monitoring the news all day today. In fact, towards the end of this video, I'll share a funny episode or a funny incident that happened last night in my home related to this whole situation, because I've been so geared towards giving you guys updates. So you definitely want to stick around for that towards the end of this video. At a high level, this is not just a problem for the United States of America. This is actually a global problem. In fact, according to a recent article on Bloomberg News, and I will link you to that article in the description below, almost 30 million individuals in the United States didn't have enough food to eat last week. Again, 30 million individuals in our country didn't have enough food to eat last week, and food insecurity was at the highest point it's been in July. And millions are out of work as the negotiations continue for the new stimulus. In fact, if you Google worldwide hunger, you'll see that this pandemic is creating a problem with worldwide hunger as we try and get through this. Now, I have talked about this in prior videos. In any negotiation, the side that's willing to walk away has more leverage, and the side that wants a deal to happen has more to lose. In this situation, neither side can walk away, and both sides want to do something. Both sides want to strike a deal. The question is, who gives in a little bit more, who compromises a little bit more, because at the end of the day, both sides are going to have to be willing to compromise. We know that President Trump already gave up on his request, on his insistence, if you will, for the payroll tax cut, and we had news reports coming out yesterday that the administration was actually willing to give up the liability shield protection, although later on in the day there were some conflicting reports emerging about that, and we're clear. And it also emerged actually that the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell actually specifically told a lot of Republican senators that they could break with President Trump if they wanted, because a lot of Republican senators are now concerned about whether they can actually hold the Senate going into the November election. So there's a lot of conflicting information that's coming out, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to one question. Can the two sides enter the zone of compromise, and can the two sides enter a can the two sides come to an agreement in the negotiation, and who's going to be willing to give up some demands so we meet in the middle? From a constitutional perspective, This is the way our system is designed. Both sides have a perspective and both sides need to come to an agreement, especially at this stage, which is essentially a crucial stage in the history of our country, and it is what I call the precipice, the economic precipice in our country. Okay guys, so here's the latest update from the meeting, and I'm going to get as specific as I can. Speaker Nancy Pelosi emerged from the meeting. Now this was a 3-hour meeting, which was the longest meeting that they've ever held, both sides have held, in the past 6 days. And she said, and I quote, "The discussion was productive in terms of us moving forward." That's all sounds pretty cryptic to me. The discussion was productive in terms of us moving forward, but they remained far apart on a number of issues. They declined to provide specifics. Hi everybody, so after we finished this video and as this video was being prepared to be launched on YouTube, another important update, another important alert came about. Let's listen to that update. So I have what could potentially be considered as good news coming out of the negotiations today. It's too early to celebrate, but based on the latest reporting from Jeff Stein over at the Washington Post, definitely check out his Twitter feed. It does sound like there was indeed some progress on the negotiations today. And here's what US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin told reporters. Now keep in mind that the specifics are still unclear, but here's a summary of what US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who is one of the lead negotiators at the White House, told reporters as soon as they emerged from this long 3-hour meeting with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer on the other side. They said, number one, there was a fix on unemployment benefits extension. Yes, you heard that right. There was what I call a fix, what has been reported as a fix in unemployment benefits extension. Number two, there was a fix in the eviction moratorium. So presumably we will see a more detailed announcement emerging. Remember, you heard it here first. We will have specifics in the coming hours. Number three, there's going to be more paycheck protection programs because that is essential for getting jobs back as soon as businesses reopen. Number four, there's going to be money for schools and childcare. Now, my best analysis of that is that Democrats wanted more money towards schools and childcare. So it seems like there seems to be some agreement on that. There seems to be some progress in the negotiations. And as far as the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's demand on liability is concerned, it seems that there was some consensus on that also. Now keep in mind, at the time I'm releasing this video and at the time you're watching this, the unemployment benefits extension and the eviction moratorium has indeed already expired. So we're going to wait to see what the specifics are, but it seems there's a fix on unemployment benefits extension, there's a fix on eviction moratorium, there's more money for the paycheck protection program, there's a consensus on money for schools and childcare, and also there seems to be some sort of an agreement on Senator Mitch McConnell's demand on liability protection for businesses. So guys, yesterday I told you that Sabotage, which was one of my favorite songs, was probably something that the president was listening to. I actually narrated some of the lyrics of the song Sabotage, and while I'm not much of a rapper, I do have to tell you that I enjoy occasionally rapping, and I do it by myself when no one's watching, and I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to do it for the first time for you guys, so hopefully you like it. My philosophy in life has always been to run right into a storm, run right into a situation where you don't know what lies ahead of you, and that served me well in my personal and in my professional life. So with that being said, I'm going to give you a quick little rap song. And again, my goal with this channel is always going to be to educate and to inform based on the news that's coming out. I don't like speculating much, and I'm not gonna speculate. I'm also never going to take political sides on my show, but my goal is to educate and inform, and I'm also going to try and entertain as best as I can. And here we go. All right, so here we go. Trump and Pelosi, quit playing the games, quit laying the blame, quit playing the games, quit laying the blame. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? 30 million Americans are looking at you. What you gonna do? We ain't your damn shoe. What you gonna do? 30 million Americans are looking at you. Meadows, what are you up to? Meadows, you're bouncing like a ball. You just say one thing one day, another thing another day, and you're hanging us all. Meadows, you're bouncing like a ball. What you don't know is that you're hanging us all. Mnuchin, you're a strange one. I don't know what to do about you. You look like you could hurt someone, and you would enjoy it too. Mnuchin, I don't know what to do about you. You look like you could hurt someone, and you would enjoy it too. That was it, ladies and gentlemen, my quick attempt at rap. Let me know what you think in the comments section below.